Hey everyone, and welcome back to Fools AU. 5 years ago, when I started and the world was in lockdown, I kicked off the whole crazy journey by buying this, a simple 5-ounce silver bar for my son's birthday. Now I'm a bit of a contradiction, half investor, half history nerd. I chase cheap bullion, but I'm equally obsessed with old coins and gold sovereigns. If I could go back to that beginner self, what are the 7 critical mistakes I would tell myself to avoid? Let's dive in. The starting traps. Mistake number 1. Waiting for the perfect price. I did this for weeks, looking at all the charts and not knowing if I was buying at the right price or whatever. It's nonsense. The price charts make you procrastinate. So my advice, if you're doing it as an investment, or even as, like me, half in, half out investor and history nerd, just start. Buy something cheap, like a generic silver Britannia or something like that. It's the only way I felt that I broke that barrier. When I bought the bar, I thought, oh, this was fantastic. And then I've decided, right, I'm going to start buying. And I looked around, looked at the chart. And it took me a week or so of looking around till I bought my first coin. And like I said, I bought it from the European Mint. But once you start, that's when you move forward. So every little step you take, you're not only building that investment, you're making the next step to knowledge and experience. The second mistake, thinking only about the spot price and ignoring the premiums. The premiums are what increase the price. I just thought if you bought silver, it'd be at spot price when I first started. But there's always a premium. And you have to be careful about the premium because that's where dealers catch you out. Because they put a big markup on the premium, and if you're not careful, when you go to sell that coin, if you want to sell it, I always thought it as an investment and was going to keep it long term. But if you do need to sell, you've got to make sure that when you sell, you're not selling at a loss. So you have to be careful and try to get the coin at the cheapest premium you can. So don't be fooled by high premiums or small bars, but be realistic about what you're actually paying for. Mistake number 3, buying only huge bars. Well, I learned this quick as an investor. You probably think it's smart to buy the bigger bar, or you're getting more bang for your buck basically. But when you come selling it, you probably won't be able to sell it because it's so big. Most people don't really want to pay out a big amount of money. Although I only bought a 5-ounce bar, when I bought that was £70. Now it's about 200 quid, which isn't massive. But if you buy a bigger bar, a kilo bar, you try and sell that quickly. That ain't going to be too easy to do. So I learned quickly just to start with smaller coins, purely because I didn't have a lot of money to splash out, but I did want to start investing. So there is other ways of, when you buy silver or gold, you can also think of small fractional gold as a nice little coin to buy. 1/4, half ounce, half sovereigns, always a good buy them. And it just makes it easier to sell. Mistake number 4. This is for the collectors out there. Please, whatever you do, do not clean your coins, because you're getting rid of the history. You're polishing out what collectors like about collecting old coins. And you could be wiping the price completely away from the value of that coin, because most collectors can tell they won't trust it. The patina is what makes that coin. It gives it its body and soul that you need when you're purchasing a coin for its history. So do not clean them. Whatever you do, do not clean them. Mistake number 5, sticking only to modern mass-produced bullion. That's fine, but I've noticed personally, you keep buying American Eagles, Maples, Silver Britannias. They're sort of soulless. They're just mass-produced for the weight. So unless investing is the only thing you see and you don't care about anything else and you have hobbies elsewhere, if you are starting to get into investing and you want to invest the long term, buying history can help. So it builds that interest in what you're doing, and it was like a progression for me. I went from one to the other, but it kept the intrigue in what I was purchasing. And to this day, I still pick out my old coins and have a nice little look at them and think of all the people that have handled them. So yeah, don't just stick to modern mass-produced bullion. If you want to keep this investment going, I suggest that you make it a hobby as well. Mistake number 6, breaking the first rule of stack, is going around telling everybody that you're stacking silver bars and coins and gold, because if you're not careful, one day you will end up with no silver coins or bars or gold, whatever you've purchased, because you've probably told the wrong person who's told the wrong person who's told the wrong person, and they found out where you live and they've come round and stolen everything from you. I did a video where I told you a little phrase that I always say, which was, I don't know. Now that phrase is fantastic because it cuts the conversation dead straight away. So be very careful with the security of your silver and gold. They're valuable and you don't want to lose them. So unless you live in the Arctic Circle and no one can get to your house, just make sure that you are very careful. And mistake number 7, it runs into my final thoughts really. Ignoring the history. This ties into the last point, but I feel strongly about it. If you treat this purely as a spreadsheet exercise, you're going to lose the interest. The history I've built up through my pre-decimal coins and fractional gold, silver, whatever I've bought, and I haven't just bought coins, I've bought picture frames, bottle tops, glass jars with bottle lids and all sorts of things. But it keeps my interest. It's what's fascinating and keeps me on a track of keeping that investment building up. So embrace what you're doing, start off with silver and progress and see where you go. And let me know in the comments what's your first purchase, how you feel about your first purchase, do you feel nervous or anything like that. But also be smart with your money. Don't overspend. Don't put yourself at risk by telling everybody as well. So, till the next time, embrace the Fool's AU philosophy. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just trying to help you from my experiences. So, do like the video, do leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Fool's AU for more honest advice. Happy stacking.